There are people out in the community who are doing amazing work. Some we know them, some we don't. So tonight is the night where we get a chance to meet people and greet people who are doing work in the areas that we focus on. So welcome to our 2024 Community Leadership Award. We're going to jump right on into it. Our goal was to have a short program tonight so we can spend time singing and dancing. Our partner said we just want to dress up and come out of the house and from behind the computer and have a good time. And so we listened. That's our goal for tonight. You have the QR code up where you can download any program information. And it also has a password protection for registrants. So make sure you take a picture of it first before you actually scan the code. And you can access all the information for our awards program and our summit tomorrow. So handouts are there, everything that you need to make it through the next couple of days.
If you have your program, it's easy to find her spotlight. She's on the very inside cover. And take a minute to read about how wonderful Elaine Banks Collins was. She's one of the main reasons I'm part of BCDI. I go back that far. But our award winner tonight for the BCDI Elaine Banks Collins Early Care and Education Award is presented to a determined early education professional who coordinates programs and training to increase the high quality of culturally and racially diverse workforces across the birth to age 8 continuum. It is my pleasure to call this year's award winner, Dr. Tanya Thomas, the Valdosta Executive Director, Head Start Director. Please welcome her.
I'm extremely tall up here. But thank you so very much. I am extremely and humbly overwhelmed with gratitude to have been selected to receive the Elaine Banks Collins Award. I'm not only thrilled to receive it, but also to be nominated by Juanita Yancey, our Georgia Head Start Association Executive Officer. Thank you so much, Juanita. I'm also humbled to be compared with the work that Ms. Collins does. I did some research on her, and I'm very humbled. Not only within the education system, but also with BCDI-Atlanta. This work is not only the work of one person. I would like to thank God, my family, my team at Coastal Plain Area EOA in Valdosta, Georgia, and also the families and the communities that I serve. I would like to share just one story about me. I never thought I'd be here. I was supposed to be a statistic. I was a teenage mom, trying to make it with a young son. I was not going to let that be my narrative to define my future. Therefore, I worked 3 jobs. I attended the University of South Carolina with my child, enrolled in Head Start. I enrolled my child in Head Start, and then I went to complete my bachelor's. I did not stop. I continued with my master's and then my doctorate degree. My story, perseverance, and prayer. As I continue to do this work and serve in my role and in my heart as a servant leader, I will remain humble and continue to provide equity and diverse opportunities to our children, families, and the community. As I take my seat, I would like to leave you with 2 quotes. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, Nelson Mandela. And also, success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Again, thank you so very much, BCDI, for recognizing me.
You hear me? Okay. Hi, my name is Brittany Duffy. I serve as Secretary on the BCDI-Atlanta Board of Directors. I am honored to present our Read to Succeed Award, which is designed to promote early literacy and language development by supporting families with children between birth and 8 years old to establish home libraries with culturally responsive and development appropriate children's books. This year, the Read to Succeed Literacy Awards go to Crystal Simpkins, my girl, who is recognized as a literacy powerhouse, which I can agree. In just 2 short years as a director of early learning and literacy for her county, Crystal has secured thousands of dollars in grant funding and implemented county-wide fairs such as reading books and a new state-of-the-art book bus, which you guys need to see. It's awesome. The importance of literacy in our community. Crystal used her knowledge and professional influence to collaborate with local business leaders and fellow educators to ensure childhood literacy is at the forefront of our community as a priority. Please welcome Crystal Simpkins, BCDI-Atlanta 2024 Read to Succeed Literacy Award recipient.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and members of the Black Child Development Institute, Atlanta, I am deeply honored and humbled to stand before you today to accept the Read to Succeed Community Leadership Award. This recognition is not just a testament to my individual efforts, but a celebration of the collective dedication we all share towards fostering literacy and community development. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to BCDI-Atlanta for your unwavering commitment to empowering the next generation. Their tireless work in promoting educational excellence, advocating for equitable opportunities, and nurturing the potential within every child is truly commendable. In accepting this award, I want to acknowledge the individual support of my family, community members, mentors, and an incredible team that stands beside me, Bullitt County Schools and the Bullitt County Literacy Council. Together, we are weaving a tapestry of change where literacy becomes a gateway to knowledge, empowerment, and a brighter future for all. Let us continue to stand united, fueled by the belief that every child deserves the chance to succeed, regardless of their background. The Black Child Development Institute of Atlanta inspires us to dream bigger, work harder, and strive for excellence in service to our communities. Thank you, BCDI Atlanta, for your guidance, inspiration, and for being the driving force behind the positive change we collectively aim to achieve. This award is not just an accolade. It's a reward, it's a renewed commitment to the impactful work that lies ahead. Together, let us continue to shape a world where every child has the opportunity to thrive through the power of literacy and community engagement. Thank you.
Good evening. All right, so my name is Tatiana Elmore, and I have served in several leadership capacities with BCDI Atlanta over the last 5 years. This year, I am so happy to serve as Board Treasurer for Black Child Development Institute Atlanta. It is my pleasure and privilege to present BCDI Atlanta's Powerful Families Award, which focuses on creating opportunities for and addressing the needs of both children and their families together, ultimately leading to improving family stability and economic stability. Using the two-generational approach to family engagement, the Powerful Families program provides to caregivers and early educators culturally responsive and culturally relevant children's books, literacy tools, professional development, and resources to enhance adult relationships with Black children. This year's Powerful Family Award goes to Feliciano Lewis, the founder of Men for Men, LLC. He is very active and engaged with Head Start's Fatherhood Initiative in the Valdosta, Georgia area. In his work, he has engaged with partners such as the Coastal Plain Area EOA Agency and Fatherhood Inc. to deliver impactful fatherhood strategies, training, and support for many young fathers. He travels across the country, ensuring to educate and train other ECE leaders in implementing comprehensive fatherhood involvement and engagement approaches. Please join me as we welcome Mr. Feliciano Lewis, our 2024 Powerful Families Award honoree.
Good afternoon. I want to start out by saying happy Lewis here, y'all. Just come see our home. A little nervous, but I'm a rapper. Can you hear me now? Okay. I'm a rapper, so we strike. Yeah. All right, I just have to put that out there for my rapper homework. And then I had to do something because both of these ladies came up and they spoke so well. I knew I should have wrote something. I'm like, Dion, I'm old coach, so I'm going to go for the hip. All right. Here, I need that basketball league. I need a copy of it. So, okay, you're right there. All right. First of all, I want to say thank you to my God, the man that looks down on me, the man that basically a couple years ago said to me, trust me. And I was like, riding up to Cumberland, going to do some retail therapy, and he said, trust me. And I said, but you're talking 28 years of education, I retired in 2 years. He said, trust me. And in doing that, I came back to my wife that's the professor. I'm gonna give a lecture. My man, though, he was in a class. I'm gonna give a lecture about doing this up here. But anyway, I'm going to do it my way because it's my award. All right. Okay, all right. So, in doing this, he actually led me to Dr. Tanya Thomas. And you all seen how well together she's put. She told me I was going to have to put down the warm-up suits. And I'm like, girl, I'm a special ed teacher, a coach. I just won a championship at Tri-Cities University. It's the university, I'm sorry. But anyway, I got to thank my Lord. I want to thank my family. Like I said, my wife, she's been inspirational and just making sure that I was better. So, man, let me tell you something. And pretty everybody I'm going to talk about up here is probably going to be a woman. Because God put their strength in our lives to make us better. So, Christy Roberts Lewis, Dr. Christy Roberts Lewis, I thank you for that. Dr. Tanya Thomas, I thank you for a chance. Y'all, I was tired of writing my AP. I really don't write that good anyway because I just wanted to coach. So when she gave me the chance and she said, we would talk about a couple years, and I said, girl, this is what I'm making in Fulton County. They play pretty good. I think it was COVID money, y'all, because I don't make that money no more, so I got to check that out. So she said, come in, I'm going to give you a chance. She was telling me about how she had taken these fathers out to a basketball game, and you could tell she was Charlie Brown. And I said, you know what? It's my ministry. And here we are, 5 years later, being all across the country, speaking to some dynamic groups about fathers. And guys, I gave the women their stuff, so I had to get them out of the way. Y'all know how I've been married now, so I know how to do it. But we are important, and we got to spread the word. Every time that we have a platform to say that we are important, we got to say it. We are the head, but we're also the foundation to our families. So in the family engagement that you see, there are things we got to talk, because I ain't see a lot of that in Atlanta, so I had to go to Valdosta. And guess what? We doing it. When you start talking 253 dads show up to take your father to school day, we doing it. And you all, I had to kind of get away from it. I had took one of the good suits, one of the bamboo suits down there, and some said, no, don't wear that. That may not get them. And since then, 5 years later, I have about 20 guys that still follow. And I'm telling you, they follow, and now they're out there leading, they're doing their own thing. And I thank every one of them. I thank every one of the families in the Valdosta to Ashford area. I thank BCDI for meeting Dr. Lewis on the platform last year. And I'm like, girl, you a bad Lewis. And so I just really thank you all for that. Thank you all for this award. And I guess, as Dr. Thomas said, I don't want to steal her stuff. I was supposed to be a statistic. My mom died when I was 11. And I remember my grandmother coming back into the house, and she said, my baby's gone. My cousin, she's the mayor pro tem in Tallahassee, she came over to me and she grabbed me and she said, I got you. 42 years later, she still has me. And I'm talking about there's nothing I can't call her for. The last two people that I really want to just thank so much for this is my brother, Ricardo Lewis. This was his platform, and he told me to never stop. My godson, Jared Thomas, that basically told me, Pops, this is what you're supposed to be doing. They both have went on ahead of me, but you know what? I do it for them. Every time I go up, I give them some kind of accolades because Ricardo, 8 kids, 9 kids, 8 baby mamas, was the best father you would ever know. So that's why I do it. And I'm going to leave you with this. He said to me one day when he had to have a quadruple bypass. And I walked in and I said, Ricardo, I'm scared. While he was laying there on the hospital bed. He said, bro, you're always talking about God. Why are you scared? I said, you got a point. He said, because if you're looking forward to the outcome, you shouldn't be scared. Thank you, BCDI.
Good evening. I am Debbie Hilton. I have served in many leadership capacities with BCDI-Atlanta over the decades. This year, I am happy to serve as board chair. It's my sincere pleasure to present BCDI-Atlanta's Dr. Asa G. Hilton, the third Legacy Award. Please see our Legacy Spotlight honoring Dr. Asa in your program. One person who has dedicated his life to reminding Black youth of their gifts was Dr. Asa Grant Hilliard III, a charter member of NBCDI and BCDI Atlanta. In memory of Dr. Asa, BCDI Atlanta's Legacy Award is presented to an outstanding community activist who demonstrates a history of commitment, engagement, and leadership in two or more of our focus areas. This year's award goes to Dr. James Jim Young, also a founding member of BCDI Atlanta, as well as a longtime friend and scholarly colleague of Dr. Asa. For decades, Dr. Young continued his membership and engagement with both MBCDI and BCDI Atlanta. Please welcome, in his absence, BCDI Atlanta's 2024 Dr. Asa G. Hilliard III Legacy Award recipient, Dr. James Jim Young.
Dr. Young, since his regrets, he wasn't feeling well tonight, and we're happy to honor him while he can be around to receive his flowers. So thank you all for being here. We'll make sure he gets all the pictures and videos. All right. So again, don't forget to tweet, post, so that we can engage online. I want to invite our national president and CEO, Dr. Leah Austin. So BCDI is a national organization with affiliates around the country. In addition to BCDI's Vice President of Community Partnerships and Mobilization, get her title right, she has a title. So Allison Jones.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations, award recipients. Well deserved. I am Allison Jones, Vice President of National Partnerships and Community Mobilization at the National Black Child Development Institute. NBCDI is honored to lead the work of igniting movements across the country through our National Village network of chapters and affiliates who do programming, initiatives, and vital work around 8 essential outcomes that promote child development in their communities. BCDI Atlanta has been one of the affiliates leading in that work in Greater Atlanta and centering their work on creating a world that benefits from the strengths and the power of Black children.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Leah Austin, President and CEO of the National Black Child Development Institute. We are here today, or this evening, to honor 3 of BCDI Atlanta's board members for their 5 years of service to this great organization. But before we invite them on stage, and I tend to do my own thing and ask for forgiveness later, so I'm sorry, Lisa. Before we invite them on stage, we want to share a few highlights that have occurred for this great organization under their leadership. So first, 53%, there's been a 53% increase in the number of members of BCDI Atlanta to over 1,100 since 2018. And I had to read this a couple times. They've been fundraising, y'all, and y'all know how important fundraising is. It keeps me up at night. They have fundraised and increased their revenue by a whopping 1,488% increase. So, I'm just going to put this out here that we may have some openings on the national board if anybody is interested. A couple of other things that I just want to note. Under their leadership, BCDI Atlanta has continued and actually strengthened their focus on programs that support early care and education, literacy, family engagement, and the equitable distribution of resources and opportunities for Black children and families in Georgia. They've been instrumental in the Expand Early Care and Education Initiative, which provides fellowships and programs to help early educators and those in child-serving programs to improve their skills, earn credentials, and develop leadership and advocacy profiles. They continue to emphasize the importance of literacy and family engagement, advocating for diverse and culturally responsive children's books to improve literacy skills and address the educational needs of Black children, and highlighting the challenges that Black children face in the state of Georgia, recommending policies to support positive discipline and to end suspensions and expulsions through the State of the Black Child report card for Georgia. And of course, there have been 5 years of the Culturally Responsive Education Summit, which will be held tomorrow, which provides resources and training for educators to create inclusive, and my favorite part, joyful environments for Black children. So on behalf of the national office, on behalf of everyone who has come tonight, on behalf of this great state of Georgia, this great city of Atlanta, we thank you for your leadership, Dr. Bisa Lewis.
Give it up again for 5 years of outstanding leadership. Congratulations. You may take your seats. Okay, my heart is full as I stand with the remarkable leader of BCDI Atlanta and recognize our next honoree, who has made a tremendous and personal impact on me as a woman in a leadership position for a national organization. I have watched her embody the spirit of purpose, virtue, and excellence. She, since starting as CEO at BCDI, the question has gone from who is going to invite her to the table or who is going to let her. These questions have become who is going to stop her. And the answer is no one. In addition to exceeding NBCDI fundraising goals and creating improvements across operations, programs, and national partnerships, Dr. Leah Austin has worked with our stakeholders to develop and begin executing an exciting strategic plan, allowing us to map efforts that arrive at a more equitable and just future for Black children and families. I know Dr. Lisa has some things she'd also like to share.
Surprise! So they called me last night and said, am I presenting an award and giving an award? I said, I'm so tired of getting an award. So surprise! You know, even though Lee has only been there about 2.5 years now, this is more of a qualitative award versus just quantitative. She has turned the organization around, reached out to the elders, making sure that we're following what our elders would like to happen, as well as a little bit old, a little bit new mix, a nice little mix, right? So we love every single thing that you're doing. I hardly have to call like I used to at the national office. So thank you so much for your passion, and thank you for everything that you're doing for this national village network. You guys, please welcome again Dr. Leah Austin. Our board members can join me on stage with this award and the
But I still listen to Bisa. I do know that.
Okay, right here, please. Take that one. Okay, go ready. 1, 2, 3. More. Thank you.
surprised, and I'm also really nosy, so I did ask some questions, but Lisa, Allison, neither one of them gave me anything. They were like, will you just follow directions, please? Which is very hard for me. I just want to quickly say that, you know, it's 2 years, as you noted, almost 3 years, and it has been just the most fun that I have probably ever had in any sort of job. I remember many moons ago, I went to a professional development workshop. Ooh, sounds very exciting. And I never will forget it. There are two kind of life-changing things that happened for me that lead me here. So at this professional development workshop, they asked us, what makes you cry? Like, think about what makes you cry, and that's how you know the work you're supposed to do. And that day, my answer was Black children, and it's still my answer, that Black children not having everything that they deserve still makes me cry. And so I know that because of that, this is the work that I'm supposed to do. The second thing that happened right around the same time is I was a kindergarten teacher in Washington, D.C. public schools. And I was observing things about my beautiful, amazing, genius Black children. And it led me to want to know more about like early childhood policy. And so I found this organization called the National Black Child Development Institute. And I was like, what is this? Like, I've got to be a part of it. And so I became an intern. And that set the grounding and for everything that I've done. So this is really divine order. And so I'm just so grateful and so just completely honored and embarrassed and surprised and all of those things. So thank you very much.
We organize right here in Atlanta so we get a chance to see each other more. I feel like one of the, the special children, the favorite. But no, we share with the other girls too. All right, so we have 2 more awards, our special awards. It's all our board members. Nathan, come on up. Dr. Keon and Mary, come on up. Our full board, so we can present these next 2 amazing awards. I tell you all, in the early childhood space, people don't always respect the work you do because they think about babysitting. They think that you're of the lowest of the low. I've been in rooms where people thought I was still a teacher. And they're like, are you a teacher? But they said it in a derogatory way. And I'm thinking, that's how your children, who teaches your children? And during the pandemic, they learned we were essential workers, right? They forgot. In 2024, they forgot. But you know who has not forgotten? Our mayor. Our mayor has not forgotten. Mr. Milton Lowe, United Way, and CEO. And I love when I have conversations with them or whenever I'm able to be in the presence of them or anyone on their team, I don't have to explain myself or lift up what we do because they already know it. Isn't it great to just feel valued without having to make people value? Yes. So I want to steal any of that thunder. This year we decided we wanted to give an advocacy award. And this advocacy award is the Advocate of the Year award. It's the first of its kind that we've given out. And we wanted to give it to our amazing mayor, Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens. Why? Because again, he supports our work. He knows about the funding that's necessary for families to have appropriate and quality child care, not just someone keeping your kids, but quality child care. He supported our National Black Child Development Week in 2023. I love when we're in the same rooms, he comes himself. Every time the mayor has been on the program, anywhere I've been, he came when it dealt with early childhood education. So please welcome the 61st mayor of Atlanta, Georgia, Mayor Andre Dickens, our Advocate of the Year.
Right here, please. Beautiful, big smiles. Ready? 1, 2. One more. One more. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Bisa. I am honored. I am deeply honored to receive this award. And I want to first congratulate all the other honorees that have received awards tonight. listening to your stories of all that you've done. I'm homeless, but it's great to have good staff, good team members. I'm joined here today by the Executive Director of Constituent Services, Commissioner Greg Clay. He is the person in our office that helps people when they are experiencing many challenges, whether it's seniors, whether it's families that can't pay their rent, utilities, etc. So get to know him quite closely as he helps deliver a lot to the people in need. And we definitely make sure that he's well resourced and able to work with people like Milton Little at United Way and this, all the great teams there. But again, I am honored to receive this award, and I'm especially honored to be recognized as an advocate for my city and for young people. I was born and raised here in Atlanta. I grew up here, and I needed all the help I could get to where I am today, where I had a great childhood. I too, as someone else mentioned, born to a mother that, single mother, just working class, just trying to get her son to college was her goal. And I became the first person in my family to go to college because she and all the community around her helped me get there. The Atlanta Public Schools, all the after-school programs, Head Start, and everything else, Camp Best Friends, and everything, Parks and Recreation. But 2023, last year, was an incredible year in my life. It was an incredible year for the city of Atlanta. I declared 2023 the year of the youth in Atlanta. And that was a great mission. We had a clear mission to make Atlanta the best city in the country to raise a child. That's my goal, that by the time I'm done being mayor, which is gonna be a few years, by the time I'm done, Atlanta's gonna be the best place in the country to raise a child and to create an environment where young people can thrive, as has been mentioned earlier. That is a mission that we share with BCDI, with you guys and what you're doing here. And thanks to the dedicated efforts of so many people and so many organizations like yours, we had a great year, and we are still growing, and we are on our way. Here are just some of the highlights. We were able to launch the city's first ever early childhood education initiative. We invested $5 million and raised another $16 million for this, all in an effort to provide for our babies from their start. We provided grants directly to child care providers serving low-income families. We awarded 60 repair and renovation grants to facilities, child care facilities, mostly on the south side, mostly that are serving low-income residents. So 60 of them got repairs and renovations across the city of Atlanta. And we awarded more than 100 child care scholarships to providers to ease some of the financial burdens on families. We were also able to make a $1 million commitment to expand safe spaces for youth across the city of Atlanta. And we were also able to increase our commitment to our child savings account program, where every kindergarten in this city now has a savings account that is helping them when they go to college. So we also had a phenomenal summer youth employment program where over 5,000 young people between the ages of 14 and 24 were paid an average of over $17 an hour. Over 5,000 kids made $17 an hour plus this summer. So these young people earned while they learned. They made real money for real work that they did. And so I'm very proud of our Young and Youth Initiative that reached almost 30,000 young people in our city. So that's the size of a whole nother city, just the young people that we were able to impact in these initiatives over the year of 2023. And so our commitment to this city's youth has no end. We will not end this. We continue coming on into 2024. We are still doing these activities, and that's a promise from me, who has made it my interest and my goal to make sure this is the best place to raise a family in the city of Atlanta. So congratulations again to all the honorees. Congratulations to the leadership of this organization and all the folks that work hard, these board members, and the team, the national leadership, Leah, my friend, all of you guys. So thank you for what you're doing. Don't grow weary in well doing, because you're doing great work. I know it's tiresome, I know it's hard work, but it's hard work. It's God's work. So continue to stay prayed up, stay strong, and continue to be out there on the battlefield for our young Black children and all children across the city of Atlanta. God bless you all. Thank you again for this.
And the great thing about, they've been 2023 for ATL Year to You all, those connections and relationships will continue on. So we are thankful for the mayor's work. So thank you again, Mayor Dickens. The last award of the night goes to one of our partners who has been a partner definitely since I became president in 2018. I remember seeing Milton upstairs when they had the bistro up there, and he already knew that I was president before. I was like, how do you know? He keeps up with what we do, and so I'm just amazed at his work and what he continues to do. For 16 years you've been president and CEO of United Way of Atlanta. Give that a hand. 16 years. We are honoring Mr. Little tonight for his work in Strong Learners. His Strong Learners initiative supports early care and education, literacy, family engagement, and even school transition. We're so proud to be one of United Way's partners, and we enjoy the work that we get to do alongside the amazing team at United Way of Greater Atlanta. So don't want to steal any of his thunder. Please welcome our partner of the year, Milton Little.
Milton, ready? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Beautiful, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It is good to be here and to share the evening with the previous honorees, with my friend the mayor. Congratulations to all of you for the amazing work that you do. It is, I'm accepting this not for anything that I've done, frankly. I'm accepting this for the team of people that represent the staff who are dedicated to Strong Learners, who are the foundation for United Way's work that is anchored in a mission and a vision statement that is about the well-being of children all across Greater Atlanta. How can we increase that? What can we contribute to the mayor's efforts to make Atlanta the best place in the nation to raise a child? And as Leah said, that some of this is like a coming home for me too. Some of you know that when I was vice president of the AT&T Foundation, I had the grant responsibility for the national office. And any of you who are old enough, or at least have read BCDI history to know the name Evelyn Moore, know that she was a passionate advocate. And so much of what I learned about early care and education came both in the kind words and the sharp tongue of Evelyn Moore, who never thought the grants were big enough, never thought they came often enough, and never thought I was doing enough to advocate. And so I am glad to be here in Atlanta and atone for whatever sins Evelyn thought I was guilty of at the national office, and try every day to make a difference in Greater Atlanta for the children that Evelyn was so dedicated for. It is important for all of us to dedicate ourselves to the well-being of children across Greater Atlanta. The future will not be all it could be if we don't enable every child to be everything he or she can be. We have to be in the business of making sure every child thrives. We have to be in the business of creating a cocoon of support that is meant, that is empowering the potential of young African-American men and boys. And one of the young men in the video said he never really thought learning and reading was for him. And this is a 16-year-old kid. We cannot have young black boys who can look in a camera and say, learning's not for me, it's for somebody else. Reading is not for me, it's for somebody else. So let us rededicate ourselves to the vision that every child needs to achieve at his or her greatest potential. The business of strong learners is to make sure that we can evangelize this message, that we can take our Learning Spaces program and put it in places where you don't have a traditional early learning environment, whether it's a library or a church, as my pastor in church is proud of saying that we now have at Impact Church a learning space and are doing the best we can to make sure not only the children learn, but the families and caregivers who support them are prepared to be their first best teacher. And so thank you for honoring the United Way of Greater Atlanta. Thank you for honoring Corey Kane and the team of folks that lead this work every day. While this may sit in my office, it is a showpiece and a showcase for the dedicated work of hundreds of United Way people, volunteers who dedicate their life to helping you pursue your mission. Thank you all very much.